Hey everyone, Jim Phoenix here, and boy, do we have an exciting super special streaming demons coming your way. We've got what was that? We got a special guest from all the way from France. Omelette du fromage. We've got Amelie with Cast is Desant, Sanct Desant was on face. I forgot what it is. Slap is a punchline. We've got the old or new with J.M. Brannick, something about sharks. We've got the borrowed with Sandman. Huh? And then we pile on and I defend the best movie with Ian Ziering ever, Sharknado. So all this and more on the next Streamin' Demons. Hit it. Close enough. Hey everyone, Jim Phoenix here, and boy, do we have an amazing thing. We have a special, if it's all special guests, that's right, we'll introduce them in a moment. But first, I want to welcome each and every one of you to Streamin' Demons. If you're brand new, Streamin' Demons, don't worry, we'll walk you through it. The premise is simple. First, you send me your mother's maiden name. Then your social security. No, that's the wrong one. Was it Streamin' Demons? Okay. No. It was borrowed, something new, something blue, and something old. Probably the wedding rhyme. I've only been divorced apparently 4 times this year, so I'm still getting that wedding thing down pat. And we always gang up on a movie now. It's a brand new thing. And of course, when I say we, I mean myself and our very special co-host, Life Besties, whatever easies, back from their Canadian tour. We got none other than J.M. Brannick. Say hello.
Howdy.
And from, oh gosh, I think I detect maybe a Montreal accent from this new person. All the way from, where are you from, Amelie? Where are you from?
So I came from France, not for
France.
France, but actually I live in Prague, Czech Republic.
Okay. You went from France to Prague. Good for you. Get out of France. That's good. That's actually nice. I can drink to that. So that's right. We get international now. And they are bringing the fire. It's all going to be so fun. And because I'm a very lazy person, I always let the special guest go first. And there's no guest specialer than your name's Emily, right?
You can call me Amelie if you want to.
Oh, stop. What was that? How's it really called? Emily?
Pardon?
How's it called? What's your name?
Emily.
Who cares? What's your name again?
Oh, how dare you? And I'm your guest.
Yeah.
How dare you? I'm offended. How dare you, man?
Oh, really? I'm offended? Don't blame me. You have to blame. Yeah, it was just him. It was baby Yoda.
Oh, but he's a poor innocent child. Come on. You're a grown-up man. Oh my God. How dare you?
How
Oh,
dare
la,
I?
la,
He's
la,
grown
la,
up.
la, la, la.
I don't think he's grown up.
I think she's going by height. I think she's
No.
going by height.
Fair enough.
You're very tall by the sides, but you're very little by anyway. So
Wow. Hey now.
Where's the
Okay, so
punch?
I still have deleted. But here we go. Amelie, please. What's your movie? I know I killed the name. I killed the joke of the name, but it's like Les yeux sans visage, something like that.
well done, les
Is it
yeux sans
really?
visage. Yes, sir. So today I'm here to present les yeux sans visage, a face, the eyes without a face. It's a
Billy Idol? You're
French-Italian
presenting.
black.
Oh, it's a song.
Sorry. Yes, it
That's a
is.
movie.
It is a
Okay.
song. It is a song from Billy Idol.
There you
And
go.
fun fact, when I was explaining to you last time I wanted to present the movie Les yeux sans visage, you told me it was a Billy Idol song. Is that right?
That is
Yes.
correct.
So I was listening to that song during my preparation, and I found out after years and years listening to the song, the chorus sing in French, Les yeux sans visage. And I never noticed that.
Me neither. Are you serious?
I'm serious. Next time, listen to the song, the chorus sing Les yeux sans visage. I thought it was a piano. It's not a piano, it's a chorus.
You
Oh.
know, Amelie's gonna punk us all and send us a damn Rick Ashley link. You know that, right?
And you know what? I'm
It's
gonna
a
listen
Rickroll.
to that. I'm gonna listen to that and I'm gonna dance. But I know that he wrote that song because of the movie.
Did he really?
Yes.
God damn it.
Yeah.
It's
So,
but go ahead, tell us all about it.
sorry. So, I'm here to present my favorite movie of all the time, Les yeux sans visage. So, Eyes Without a Face. It was released in 1960. It's a French-Italian black and white movie. It was co-written and directed by Georges Franju. So, it's about a surgeon who tries to repair his daughter's ruined face by grafting onto it the faces of a beautiful woman. So the movie was so horrific that audience members in many countries who were in the cinema fainted during the screening.
Wait
No
a minute.
joke.
I told you that in private. I didn't think you would tell everyone else. Dude. Come on.
Oh, come
Should I
on,
tell?
dude.
Should I tell you a secret about you now? Is that
I
what we're gonna do?
like I like to share secrets, man. I like
I
to
see what
share
you do.
thing. You need to understand how horrific, awful this movie is. It make people faint. So
I
it
knew
make
you were
people
alive
fainted.
and watching that movie at that time. I knew
In
it.
the theater
And
I know.
fainting.
I know. I'm
Oh
fainting.
damn!
Oh,
Here we are. They know
damn.
now you
So
are a vampire, dude. You know
Yes.
it's
I
real.
don't
You're a vampire.
It goes with the teeth. It goes with the teeth. All right. So besides the, but they fainted The Exorcist too, and I just giggle.
Well, I
But
mean,
here,
for that time too, like that was. I mean,
Okay.
no,
At
no,
that
no,
time,
Branik, you need to know it's not people fainting in the cinema just during the 60s, but also a year ago. Because
they
let me tell you something. The movie is studied in France as an art piece. Because in France, we consider all movie like seven art, le septième art. So there is an high school in south of France who rented the movie and there were a projection in the cinema of the town, and 5 students were taken by ambulance
no.
during the movie.
but
No
oh,
joke,
No.
no joke.
no. I agree because French are pussies.
Oh, come on,
Oh.
dude. How dare you? Come
Yeah.
to France, come to Prague. Come, my friend. Don't
Come
hide behind
where?
your computer.
Oh, is that a challenge? You're gonna come
I
get me?
love challenge, man.
You're gonna
So,
come get me now? Okay.
this is the thing about this movie. I love that movie because it's horrific, it's horrible, but at the same time, it's real. What I mean by that, it's not a simple movie like, for example, So, where you have CGIs, you've got a monster, you've got gruesome blood, etc. It's very classy, it's very proper. So let me explain to you why. It's a movie who is based on a novel of the same name by Jean Redon. So you've got a book,
Wait. Who wrote the thing?
Jean Redon.
Baby Yoda.
Oh,
I'm here to listen and
Baby Yoda must be really old. He's wise though. He's a sage. He's
I'm
a
here to
green little
listen. I'm
sage.
eating this up because this is I find this all fascinating. And
But
you
Baby
keep
Yoda's could use a force hand to do the surgery though. That'd be kind of cool. I
Jim,
think you need it.
admit it. You're racist against French people. Admit
Mhm,
it. You
mhm.
can't spell my French name. You cannot pronounce my name. You don't
I
know
can
how to
spell
say
your
the
French name.
title.
Your
Jim.
French name is Osca. Oh, that's my Oscar Wilde wiener. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
That's all you need.
Ooh. Raciste. Raciste.
Thank you. Thank you.
Again, he's controlling all of these people.
Controlling nothing.
You're
People
controlling
are
all
just
of
Let
like
him control one thing on his life.
and it's sad. It's sad, Jim.
it
This is
is
your
a sad thing.
intervention, by the way.
This is my
It's
intervention.
okay, Jim. We will love you. You know we love you. We love you. We love
Uh,
you, Jim. You're
oh
doing
yeah.
great. Good
You're all
boy.
right.
Good boy. Good boy,
Yeah.
Jim. Good boy.
Really?
Who cares?
That's what I think. That's what Payne thinks too. So you're saying this book is written by, and then it made people pass
Yes,
out
so
because
it's
they
Jean
need. Oh wait, I know why they pass it out. They need more of
Grandma's cookies!
that way. They wouldn't pass out.
Maybe, maybe. The official answer is that. The non-official is this movie is so good, people pass out. So this is the thing. You've got a book who is totally horrific. You've got the mad scientist, you've got blood, you've got murder, you've got everything good, right? But the thing is, we are in 1960, 15 years after the Second World War, and you've got the censor. So, to avoid the problem with European saucer arms, hello, monster! What's going on? You don't like the story? Oh, come on.
See,
Okay.
as we know, we do this live, and I believe the child's on my side. Yeah,
Well,
Yes.
of
the child's on
course,
my
Yeah.
side.
a child would be on your side.
Yeah,
Always, of course.
or we don't know if it's a child or just a French person who saw the movie because they're both crying. Let me see.
Mm.
I screened this movie today. This is what it sounded like from France. Yeah, that's what it sounded from France. So I don't know. Maybe it's.
I apologize to all of our probably one listener in France.
And if you are in France, write to me and I'll send you some.
Grandma's cookies!
Don't eat them. Don't eat them. Don't make the same mistake.
You too can pass out if you eat my cookies. Oh, that sounds like again, rape is not our sponsor.
No. No.
Oh, sorry. This goes on. Okay, I have a real question. I know, right? I
Yes.
can actually do this.
Go ahead.
How long is the book? Because I never saw the book or the movie.
Oh, the book. Oh, it's a normal size book, you
That's
know, typical B movie book,
Okay.
horrific with yeah. It's
Cool.
it's from a collection of horror collection, horrific collection in France. It was published in 1959.
Oh
He
wow.
had a good success in his field, you know, but
Mm.
it's since the movie it became very famous. So to avoid problem with the European censor, Franju was told to not include too much blood, which would upset French censors, refrain from showing animal cruelty, which would upset English censor,
Yeah.
and funny enough, leave out mad scientist character because it would upset the German censor. No joke. No joke.
Wow.
Yeah, because you need to take the history side of 1960. It's 15 years after the Second World War. People who are going to see the movie lived during the Second World War, so they saw blood, bombarding, torture, etc. So you've got a lot of problem with it. It's a French-Italian movie, so it's going to be released in Italy, France,
Oh no.
UK, Germany. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
So
dubbed.
they
Did they
need
have
to
to dub
be
it?
proper.
So
Pardon?
if it's an Italian horror movie from that era, that means they have to dub it because of the World War II
No, no, no,
proclamation
no,
of.
no, no,
It
no,
was
no, my
French.
friend, no,
Oh, it's
because
a French and okay.
it's French. It's a French-Italian movie because the producer and the director are Italian, and you've got actors from Italy, etc. But it's a French movie. It was made in France,
It
directed by a
feels very French.
French. You've got French actors, etc. So it's more French than Italian. It's just, there is one Italian actress. There is a production with a little bit of Italian. It's just a founding, but it's a French movie.
And
So
it
you're
feels
saying this movie?
French. It
Oh, go French.
does. Like, because, you can feel, especially in that era, like the Italian, when that was kind of starting to take off. And I don't know. But anyway,
But what you're saying is, oh, sorry, yeah, something, Brian.
well, I was just going to say, like, so with the censorship, what do you think, what kind of corners did they have to cut? And do you think that was kind of worth it with the story?
Everything because by censoring the movie, they created a masterpiece who later on inspired Pedro Almodovar to do The Skin I Live In. Have you ever
Oh,
watched this movie? I like
Okay.
this movie. You see what I mean? So,
Yeah.
when you watch the movie, it looks so real, it's horrific. Like there is no towns of blood or you don't have a scary monster. The people I saw on this movie, it's people I met in real life. The person who's got PTSD from the Second World War, the doctors I met in hospital who explain to you they're going to put you a catheter on, and you're going to be fed by cable in Yadadi and Yadada.
Cable?
It's,
The X-Men? Oh my
yeah.
Christ! How do we afford cable? I can't even afford like internet. That's actually no. See, that's a double joke.
So what I like about this movie is the dialogue. Nowadays, when you go to the cinema, movies are 3 hours long. You've got way too much CGI. Dialogue are totally bad. You're not entertained. It's sometimes boring. You've got scenes who are useless. But here, with this movie, it's 90 minutes long. It's black and white. You've got amazing dialogue, amazing actor. For example, Dr. Génissier, who is a professor who performs a different operation, is played by the actor Pierre Brasseur. Pierre Brasseur is a big A-list actor in France. He's a theater actor, he's a cinema actor, he's a big name. He's from a family of
Baby Yoda.
huge
He's from a family of Baby
actors.
Yoda.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, how
oh.
dare you insult Pierre Brasseur?
Who
You are
cares?
insulting
Pierre who?
Yeah,
all the French culture. How
Pierre
dare
who?
you? I came here as a good person. I'm so innocent.
I
I
As
give
an
you the
know. I'm
innocent,
so
culture
as an
for
sorry.
innocent.
sharing. You
I'm
know
so
what?
sorry. I apologize. I really do apologize on his
Ah,
behalf and about on the
a
behalf of
boot.
really.
You spent like a minute in Canada. You're saying a boot.
Okay, I'm
A
trying to
boot.
fit in. I'm trying to fit in over there. Shut up, okay?
He's trying to get
At
a
least
visa.
she try. At least she
Yeah,
try.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
somebody
yeah.
who's
Try.
been living in Montreal and don't speak any French.
I know French. Watch this. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco,
Mm-hmm.
seis.
Ah la la, you haven't racist two words. You know what? I think you hate Latin people. You hate French. You disrespectful with Mexican or Spanish speaker. Come on, admit it. You're racist.
I
Admit
Am
need
it.
a
I?
I need a
Admit it.
kazoo. I need
Am
the
I?
kazoo right now.
Oh, with the kazoo. Hold on.
All right. So okay, so with the because I'm spoiler alert, I've seen this movie. I love this movie. Yes, I
Oh,
love
am I
this
the only one not
movie.
seen this?
Yes, and
See? Somebody who has
honestly, it's wasted
culture,
you.
interest, and intellectual. That's nice. That's nice for a
It's
Yeah.
change.
wasted
Well,
on
Wink,
you
they
wink.
also
because
watch like Shark on
yeah,
like
but also
rules
I
of snake.
watched it in the French without any dub, Jim. So like I know you would be like complaining the entire time.
I'll have to read.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, I can't read.
Now
So,
when you're talking about the dialogue, because
mhm.
obviously I'm American, trying to be Canadian, guys. Anybody out there wanna wanna house me? No, I'm just kidding. But when you're speaking about the dialogue, I can only read the subtitles and get the thing. Do you think that there is something that kind of gets lost in translation with the?
Yes, unfortunately, because I watch on YouTube some scene, to prepare this podcast, and out of curiosity, I read the movie only with the subtitle, and you can't translate emotion, feeling. You can't translate pun. You can't translate information. You can't just say, "Oh, open the door," and that's all. There is many ways to speak French. You've got the scientist way, you've got the friendly way, you've got the street way, etc. And with the dialogue and the acting, you create a beautiful movie. For instance, when you watch the movie, the doctor, the main character, the villain, he speak like a doctor. In France, you have a manner to speak when you're a doctor. You are posé, you speak like this with a big voice, very quietly. You pause your word, you stop. Pierre Brasseur really play very well the actor. Plus, you have many information about the backstory of different actors. For instance, Louise, who is a professor assistant, she has an accent. She's a foreigner. So for you, maybe you don't
Oh,
notice she's a foreigner until one of the guy talk in the cemetery during the burial and say, "Oh, this is Louise. She is a professor assistant. She is a foreigner."
yes.
Yeah, and
Simple
she
as that.
laughs like this. Ha ha ha. That's how we knew.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The ha 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 is. I know you say something stupid, but
I
actually
know.
it's interesting.
It's not
They say
stupid.
ha
It's
ha ha.
correct.
They speak with their
Ha ha
hand.
ha.
They've got the accent. There is a facial also is very important. And from a French point of view,
Bonjour.
she is a foreigner. She's got a German accent, which remind me of very old movie, for like Frankenstein, when you have the mad scientist with Igor who have a Slavic accent and yes, master, I'll come to you. Yes, you know what I mean. So you've got
Yes.
this strange woman who is mysterious and who has an accent, and people in France, especially during the 60s, were very racist. They didn't like foreigner. So being German after the Second World War was not very welcoming. So she is a monster in her own sense. So the
Oh.
interesting thing about the characters are you've got the three archetype character. You've got the mad scientist, played by the Dr. Grenier, who is actually a war hero. He's well respected, he's rich, he's a professor from Paris. He helps a lot of people. We see a scene in the hospital where he's taking care of a child, taking care of young women.
Wait. What was the child's name? Do you know?
Don't say
No,
Baby Yoda.
Was it maybe? I'm not going to say
Baby
anything.
Yoda.
Maybe.
Yeah.
we don't
No?
know. We don't know his
I think
name.
it's.
I think his name is. I don't
Baby
remember his
Yoda.
name, but he
I
has
think
a
it's Baby Yoda.
typical old French name like François, Pierre, Paul. Very simple. It's just a simple name. It's just a second character. You have this film is interesting because the villain is not 100% villain. He's very human. You can how
That's
can I
cool.
say, um
You
you
can
can have
empathize
pity
with
for
Humanizing.
him.
him. You
Yeah.
can have
Yeah.
There's.
pity for him, yes, because he lived during the Second World War. He stayed in the Second World War to cure people, to heal people, to help people, to operate people. He saved many lives. He's rich. He's very intelligent. He helped everyone. He's respectful.
Thank you.
However, we
Oh,
learn
I thought you were
his
talking about
wife
me.
died 4 years ago. We don't know why. We suppose maybe
Divorce, but yeah.
Car
disease or something like
canceritis.
that. Yeah, voilà, a
Kevin
shark. A
Claus.
shark came along, Ben, dead.
Right.
We know his daughter, his only daughter, only child, had a bad car accident and she was disfigured, burned alive. So we've got, we sympathize with him. We like, this guy did very good deeds. And how is the thanks? Well, dead wife and a daughter who's disfigured for life. And Louise, she's a professor assistant and she's loyal. She is the one who trapped women to come to the manor to get disfigured, operated. And we learn during an episode of PTSD, she was victim of bombarding when we saw a plane flying away on the sky. So she started to hold her neck. She's scared, she's panicked, and we learn, in fact, she was a victim of bombarding. She was operated by the professor who saved her face. He's like a plastic surgeon. She's a very beautiful woman and she's wearing a necklace, a very tight necklace, like a dog leash. So you've got the word, for example, collier in French. Collier, it's a necklace, but it's also a collier for a dog, a leash. So she's like the dog of the professor. She
And,
obey him.
and see, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to break character for a half second. Amelie actually, I know we joke about, I think we're joking about not liking French people, but you've actually taught me more French than I've learned in Montreal, the schools
You're
here.
welcome.
I know, absolutely. Thank you. Absolutely think about that. Now, you're saying this movie has no big gore CGI, so it's all practical effects. And I do like movies that you can kind of sympathize with the villain because, even as David Tennant would say, no villain thinks they're the villain, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're likable. Like
Correct.
Trump
Yes.
doesn't think he's a villain. He's just, he thinks he's right. Darth Vader never thought he was the villain. He thought he was doing the right thing. And so we have someone who's thinking he's doing the right thing, but still relatable to us. So like maybe we would have done the same thing in his shoes.
This is the thing. His drive to madness because of the Second
Yeah.
World War, because of injustice of God, I suppose, because it's a man who is hurt. His wife died, his daughter is disfigured, and for what? He has everything. He's rich, he's got a beautiful manner, he's got a girlfriend who is
Baby
very
Yoda.
He's
beautiful. You
got
see
Baby
what I
Yoda.
mean? Like
Yeah.
during the burial, so this is the thing. He Louise kidnapped a woman. They operate the woman. The woman tried to escape and she died during her escape attempt. She goes to the fourth floor and she fell from the roof. It's an accident. So
Most
they
Russian
throw the
doctors do.
body
Yes.
in a lake, a river. They find the body. The doctor goes to the police station to recognize his daughter's body. And he says, yeah, it's my daughter. And there is a talk between him and the real father of the victim. And he's like, hi, we are looking for our daughter. It's been weeks. She's missing. Da 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 da. He's like, are you sure it's your daughter? And he's like, sir, I'm sure it's my daughter, and that's really strange. I'm the one who has to comfort you while my daughter is dead. And he's just cold, And during the burial of the fake daughter, you have two Frenchmen who talked about the family. They introduced a different character. The daughter had a car accident. She was disfigured 4 years ago. The mother died. This is the assistant. She's a foreigner. She's a mysterious woman. Nobody knows about her. And the doctor is famous, rich, and he has everything. And he says that sentence: it's not because you are rich and you have everything you are happy. Like, see what I mean? Success doesn't give you luck, basically.
Yes, success never gives you things like
Grandma's cookies.
I like
Correct.
too with the doctor. It doesn't seem like he like when I watched it, it didn't seem like he thought he was a good guy. He was like, this is what I have to do for my
Correct.
daughter. You know,
Hmm.
like I can be the villain so that she can live and have a normal life,
so basically a parent.
Yeah.
Like the
Correct, yeah,
parents
because
of
he
real
want
parents
he
can do that.
say to her, you need to follow the protocol. You need to be very careful with this, with that, da 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 da. Da. So now we will talk about Christiane, which is the professor daughter. She's very beautiful. She is very beautiful. She's very poetic. She's very sensual. She's very light. She's like a beautiful flower. She is the soul of the movie. She's wearing a beautiful white dress, and she has a mask, a very feminine mask. Like, the mask is just a pure beauty. You have a lovely nose, amazing lips. It's very thin details, and she's beautiful. She's disfigured, but she's so beautiful with this mask. And this mask really inspire the movie The Skin I Live In, and many movies, short movies, novel, and also a video clip in rock music. And she's played by the fantastic Eddie Jacob.
Oh,
And
cool.
when she walk, she doesn't walk like you and me. She walk like a ghost. She play a lot with her hand. She look like a doll. She's taken care by Louise during all the movie. She's like a second mother for her, and she brush her hair and she puts the mask on Louise. And when they talk to Louise, they talk like this with a soft voice. And for the doctor doesn't talk to her like a woman. He talks to her like a little girl. Christian, you need to wear your mask. Christian, behave. Christian, don't wear makeup. Christian this, Christian that. Knowing Christian, she is a grown up. She's over 21 years old, and she's a fiancée of another doctor who work with Dr. Grenissier. So you have this beautiful doll, gothic doll, I would say, who just fly away in the room with her presence. She's very feminine, very innocent. And there is this scene where Christian goes to the operation room and sees a new victim, and she tries to touch the face of the victim, and she doesn't touch the face, she just stay at a few centimeters from the face, and the victim wake up and she sees the face of Christian, who is awful. You see her big eyes. She's disfigured. It's it's like a zombie. Like, it's really upsetting to watch. And it's just a few seconds, but you see everything, and the makeup, the detail,
Uh,
is just gruesome, and it's perfect.
yeah, but I would still swipe right on that. I mean, it is a pandemic.
Ah, yeah.
He has a good
But how you
personality. I
feel
think
when
that's
you
what.
take off your mask, friend?
If I ever take off a mask, I'll let you guys know. So it's got cool setting. It's got a cool writing. What would you give this out of 5 Cthulhu's? 5 being the best, 1 being eh.
It depends. How do you note it? What's important?
However you wish. However you wish.
Because for me it's a 5. Because
Wow.
I'm telling you
Jesus
why.
Christ.
By censoring the movie, they created a movie who is real. The worst scene. There is 2 worst scene who really
Okay.
upsets me till this day. The first scene is the operation. You see the operation of the face. They take the face out of the first victim and you see the blood. There is not a lot of blood, but it looked like a scientific documentary. The film was filmed as a scientific documentary. You've got the voice of explaining the different medical method. You've got a scene where there is a first operation did on Christian, and unfortunately, the skin gets spoiled. She has an infection. So you just see pictures. Picture number 1, February, Christian, it's green. Picture number 2, 20th of February, blah, 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 blah. Picture number 4, and you've got all this medical information. It's very simple, and by doing a simple movie without gruesome blood, monster, or anything, it's scary because it can be real. It can be your neighbor. It can be your GP. It can be you. Maybe you're a serial killer and we don't know.
Hey, damn it. You know how many times someone's asked me that? I'd be a millionaire. If I had $1 for
You
every
should
time.
ask people. You should ask people for $1 every time they say you're a
Maybe.
psychopath.
Maybe, but
You
they have
should
to
do
prove
a
it.
poll.
So you were giving this a 5, Brandon, because you saw that. I'm curious. Because Brandon's a very hard grader. Brandon, what would you give it?
Honestly, it's a very haunting piece.
Really?
It is. I
Damn.
mean, just her eyes in it are, like she said, just so haunting, and it really sticks with you. If you're not a fan of that era, you probably should skip out on it, but
Correct.
it does stick with you so long after. So I would probably give it probably a 4.75.
Oh, 4.9872.
Yeah.
No, I agree with her because
Oh
there is,
wow.
for example, no nudity or there is
But that's
no
not like
monster. There is no
no
monster, dude.
horror.
No, you see what I mean. There is no monster. There is no gruesome murder. It's very clean and classy. Um, it's a
It
kind of
is very
movie.
classy. Yes.
Yeah, it's very classy. Like it's straight
It's
to
art
the
film.
point. That's what I really like about that
Yeah.
because nowadays movies, as I told you before, it's way too long, way too much CGI. During the beginning of the 20th century, it was 95% dialogue, and the rest was makeup, clothes, light, etc., etc. Nowadays, it's 95% CGI, 2% makeup, and the rest is a little bit of dialogue, if we
I gotta
can
get my
consider
habits.
dialogue.
Second ones. Well, you know what? We got a 5 and a 4.759623.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not following that. So Brannick is gonna bring it from classy to, I'm guessing,
To
sharks or some shit.
to not classy, trashy,
What
classy to
movie did you get?
trashy.
What movie did you get, Brannick?
So it's a Tubi original.
Oh, Tubi has originals now. Oh,
Yes, they do, through Asylum. Do you remember Asylum
I do
films?
remember Asylum. Holy shit! Tubi
Okay.
bought Asylum,
Well,
or
I
they're
don't
doing
think
some
they
sort of
bought. I think
distribution.
I think they're just doing a distribution, like buddy handshake deal in the bathroom type thing.
Oh yeah.
And so Asylum has been doing some movies for them, and so I saw an interesting title, and I was like, you know what? Yep, it was Baby Yoda, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it, you know? And it is called Sharkside of the Moon.
Oh Christ.
And it's not Eyes Without a Face if we're talking about CGI and very little
There's no
dialogue.
sharks. There's no shark side of the moon. They had to CGI that.
No, there are sharks on the dark side of the moon.
Okay.
For what reason and why, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it does have scientists in it. also like Eyes Without a Face. So, it's classy in that, I guess. So, yeah, so they did their best. I would imagine. Uh, so it's about uh trying to make Russians. It's Russians this time during the Cold
Oh,
War,
of course.
and they were making shark
Grandma's cookies.
grandma's cookies
They're
and
making grandma's cookies and
shark
sharks,
and sharks together as a
Nope.
hybrid,
as one does.
as one does. And the sharks escaped, and so the Russians, somebody went to the moon, and the sharks followed, and the sharks made a colony on the moon, and now
How'd the
they're
sharks go to the moon?
that's a good question.
Fuck.
I might
Did they
have
build a ship? Or
um
something like it was like Alien? They accidentally left a shark on their moon
there
craft.
No,
was a
it's because of
lot
the
of exposition.
storm, my friends. The storm of shark.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the
comes.
torn
Yeah,
yeah,
that
the
is true. Oh
Sharknado
my god! Actually, kind of
threw
like
them.
they did go to space. All
Yeah,
right.
and so one prop that I will give this movie is that instead of having American actors have really bad Russian accents, they did have people speak Russian.
Ah, that's nice
So that
because
was
here in
nice.
Europe, people who try to be like, this is Jeanette, she's French, and she comes and she has a big American accent when she speaks French.
Oh
And you're
yeah.
like, no, she's not French. And they say, yeah, hey, c'est
Uh-huh.
bon. And you're like, what?
Sacre bleu.
We exactly. We don't
I am
say sacre bleu
French.
anymore. And you've got
Yeah.
like, or for example, people who are from Russia watch American movie or series, and you've got Russian people, and they're like, blushny, blushny, blushny. And it's like, what did they say? They say, my shoes is blue.
And
It
that
means anything,
honestly,
nothing.
that could be because I don't speak Russian, so they could have just been saying the entire time,
Oh,
"My shoes
look
are
who hates
blue."
Russians, huh?
I
Oh wait,
didn't
is
say I
is
hated
that
them. Is
the?
that still you?
I don't know. Kavadusk, Padadusk, I don't know.
But so again, we're like, so somehow we're in the future, like future, and there's a spacecraft, and something happens with the spacecraft, so
Future.
they have to land on the dark side of the moon. But it was really funny because they're telecommunication devices to speak with
The
everybody.
sharks or the
No,
people?
the
Okay.
people were
Shark sharks?
literally AirPods, like just
Huh.
straight up AirPods, like not even like I don't know some I don't know, stick some polymer clay on it to make it look a little different.
Futuristic, they just kind of like, this
Yeah,
is it.
no, it was like we're just jamming out and also communicating with each other, I suppose. So, this has a shark that wears a bikini top.
How would you know?
Really?
Like, how would they know it's a bikini? Why would
Because it has tits.
the shark does?
Yeah,
No way.
yes. There's
Oh
actually a lot
no.
of female sharks in this. That's kind of the drive. Honestly, the driving force.
Oh
It's a
fuck.
feminist movie, you guys.
Oh god, I was
See,
waiting for it.
see, that's the difference between Les Yeux sans visage and your movie. My movie, way too much censor, and boom, they create a classic. Your movie, way too much freedom,
Yeah, I don't
and bang.
disagree. I don't disagree.
Well, there's not a lot of freedom. They had to make sure none of the sharks on the moon got harmed.
Yeah,
Because
Correct.
PETA would
and
be on their ass.
also not. They had to make sure the sharks on the moon didn't show tits because we have to keep it somewhat classy.
It is.
Mhm.
It is
Somewhat classy.
to be.
Oh, about tits, I've got a question.
Yeah.
This is a message from French people, guys,
Oh,
Americans.
Yeah,
We
they're
don't
right.
understand when you film a movie and there is a sex scene and it's very sensual and you see the
Yes.
sex scene for
Yes.
5 minutes, and after you've got the two actors who are on bed and the woman is trying to hide her
Cover
tits
up.
at the maximum, she's wearing a bra. Why? Why?
Because tits after the fact are demons.
Yes.
Oh,
Do
They're
not
come
gross.
watch.
They're
on.
gross.
They are not
Come
for
on.
children. They are not
No.
for sexuality. They are not for expression. They have one job. That's to be in like one scene, to be flopping around very sensually and
Making
then
sound.
go
Grandma's
back.
cookies.
That's right. No one's grandma's
Go back.
cookies running down. You always
Like,
want them perfectly prompt, and that's it.
and then
This is
tuck them
ridiculous.
away.
This is stupid. Like that's so dumb. Like you've got 5 minutes of your movie wasted on a sex scene. You're like, yeah, okay, great. I'm not on Pornhub. I just want to watch the movie. And suddenly you've got the poor actress who's like hiding her tits. She's wearing a bra, and she's like, okay, great. It was amazing. Woman, be naked.
There's
Honestly, I think it does come to like contractual things.
yeah,
Like, I
it
will
might not
do
be.
this scene for this, like, much money, or for contractual reasons, but after that I will not do that. So I think that is actually what kind of
It
comes
might
into
not even be them in the sex scene. It could be a body double.
right.
Where if it's going to be a close
Exactly.
up of them in bed together, it's more of a two.
Nah,
Exactly.
it's just the American who don't know how to play. That's all.
And then
You
you
don't
have
know. You don't know, guys. You don't know. Like
then you
watch
have
French
Ava
movie.
Green,
We are
and
into
Ava
it.
Green is like an amazing actor, and she shows her tits and everything.
Who?
Great.
Ava Green.
True.
Oh,
True.
shit,
And it's
tits.
beautiful.
Amelie Jovovich shows tits and bush.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I
It
salute
is.
them.
But
It
there is
absolutely is.
difference. For example, when you take Eva Green in American movie and Eva Green in European movie, she's showing her tits. Like for example, she's taking a shower. You're going to see her tits. Or for example, she makes love and after she goes to the toilet and she's going to be topless or naked. It's not like, ooh, look at me, I've got big titties. While in America, when she filmed American movie, she's showing tits like way too much. Like it's like, I'm the actress. I've got big tits. It's not sensual. It's not. Yeah, it makes sense.
How do you spell the name? Just so I can understand what we're talking
Well,
about.
I mean,
Eva Green. Eva Green. Eva Green, like the
Eva
color.
Green. Okay, thanks.
yeah,
I have to see.
she's amazing. She's in so many movies, so many
Mm-hmm.
TV shows. She was in Penny Dreadful, amazing
Oh
in
yeah,
that.
no.
Amazing in that.
She played a James Bond girl in
Yep.
Casino Royale, and she
Oh my
was very
gosh.
classy, smart. She was not the dumb bubble who play the Zut.
Yeah, yeah,
You see what I mean? Blah,
yep,
blah, blah,
yep,
blah,
yep,
blah, blah, blah,
yep.
blah. Yeah, she
Exactly.
was
That
classy, beautiful.
Damn.
She has a presence.
I'm learning
And
so
she's
Yes.
much
got
French
really nice
today.
tits.
She has tremendous tits.
Oh yeah.
Not like this movie, which has shark
Boob
CGI
tits.
tits. But I will
Okay.
say, I did like, there was one scene in it where they were torturing somebody, and to
Oh
torture
yes.
them, they literally just bit off his leg and cauterized it, and I thought that was a fun use of sharks.
And they humped it. Oh, the sharks did this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, good for
And
them.
do they speak? The sharks speak?
Yes, they do. Sometimes American and sometimes Russian.
As a shark does. As a shark does.
Nice. And do they
And
have the special voice? Like
no, just like
Oh, my shark.
normal. And but there is about shark babies. There are shark hybrid babies, and that comes into play.
Hybrid?
Yeah.
Like,
Again,
so they had sex with a person?
that's questionable and debatable. I think
Tara
it's
Reid, where were you in the last Sharknado? That's what we need to know.
so. I'm gonna. There was times in this movie that it was almost so bad it was good, and there are some times, like maybe if you're high and with your friends or drunk and you want something in the background to sometimes laugh at and sometimes stare at awkwardly in disbelief, this would be a fun movie.
You said that a lot about different movies.
I
Like,
do.
if you want a piece of shit to watch, this is your piece of shit to watch.
I mean,
You don't have
I
to watch
love
it or show
camp.
sub.
I
But you know
love
what?
camp.
Are the sharks dubbed or subtitled?
They're subtitled, so you would hate it.
Oh, fuck that, man.
Yeah, you would hate it
I have to
because
pay
they're
attention to
speaking
imaginary sharks now.
Russian.
To
They're
read.
speaking Russian.
They're speaking Russian shark. Just fucking make them speak English, dude.
And it's probably, well, they do a little bit, but they don't want to say it in front of the English crew.
Who cares?
Which,
yeah, pain, I agree.
fair enough. So I'm going to give this a 2.
A 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I can definitely follow this one.
It is
Fucking
not.
2.
If I knew we were doing like quality, I would have done Jaws, but
No, you know what?
I've already done that, so
I'll have to put my foot down. If you did Jaws, I would bring up Cruel Jaws, which I believe is a more masterpiece than Jaws is.
And you know
well,
how do we call Jaws in French? The
what?
French title of Jaws?
What?
Les dents de la mer, teeth of
What?
the sea. Les
What is it?
dents de la mer, teeth of the sea.
Les
Huh?
dents
De
de
la
la mer,
mer, teeth
Don't
of the sea. That's
don't.
teeth
what the
of the
name was
sea.
given. Teeth of
Les,
the sea.
les dents de la mer.
Les dents de la mer, teeth of
De
the
la,
sea. So when I
teeth
learned it was
of la mer.
Jaws, I was like, seriously? That's the title? Just
I think
Jaws.
Teeth of the Sea
Teeth
works
of the
much better.
sea is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
But what would?
poetic. We're
It's
French. We
I
love
know.
poesy. We
I
are classy.
know.
But
Ever in
then
our movie, my
we
friend.
wouldn't have Cruel Jaws. I wonder what Cruel Jaws
Oh,
is
how
in
would you?
French.
Yeah, how would you say like cruel teeth of the sea?
I think we're
Alors,
just.
les dents cruelles de la mer.
I love it. I
I
love
think that would
it.
be a better title than Cruel Jaws.
That's
Hulk
that's my
Hogan.
new band, guys. That's my new band. I can't pronounce it, but that's my band name.
Yeah, I can't pronounce my sex tape, so it's all
I'll
good.
just have Amelie come and just pronounce it for me every time.
Amelie will pronounce everything. Oh, sorry. That was just me touching a button. I
Oh
should
my
probably never
god,
touch.
that's the kazoo.
That's my bad. That's on me.
All right, now follow
Which means
that
other
up.
drops for me. On a 2, I can follow 2.
Yeah,
I'm
follow
doing
2.
Sandman from Netflix. Yeah. So I know this has been in production forever, and the technology kind of caught up with time, and they're allowing to do a bizarrely good version of Sandman. It is from IMDb. Upon escaping after decades of imprisonment by a moral wizard, Dream, the personification of dreams, that's kind of redundant, sets about to reclaim his lost equipment to make people dream. Okay, I'm sorry, Netflix, who wrote that, you're fucking shit. I hate to tell you that. But fuck's sakes,
All I've
dream
got
as
is
a
dream and
dreaming?
dream and dream. We're in a dream.
Fucking hell. Yeah, but Neil Gaiman's... my idea of this is the casting of Dream is someone going, okay, cast Neil Gaiman without casting Neil Gaiman. And if you kind of, because think about it, he's the author, he makes dreams come true, it's hell, it's heaven, whatever it is. If you can get through that, it makes it a much stronger movie. If you just, or TV show actually, if you're just watching it as in like, oh, this is kind of interesting, it's still well done. The CGI, Brannick, I know you're not big on CGI, but the CGI is amazing.
I'm good with it if it's good.
It is really good CGI. Like Netflix threw everything they should have thrown at Stranger Things into this thing. Like if Stranger Things was half as entertaining as Sandman, it would have been a home run. And they do exposition differently. Like Stranger Things is just like expo. It's like, sorry, Amelie. I think I'm not going to spoil anything. I won't spoil anyone's Stranger Things if they haven't watched it yet.
He hated it.
I absolutely hated it because it was mostly talking. And the CGI, they made no sense at all. So it didn't, like, I hated CGI.
Really?
CGI. Yeah, I hated CGI as Stranger Things. I hated talking on it. I hated both. I know there are the dungeons. Yeah, we had a conversation. It was actually quite
true.
intelligent, but I didn't like the last. I just didn't like the last season.
I'm
Like,
just glad
God, kill them all off.
that Running Up the Hill is trending because of it, apparently.
It's a beautiful song, yes.
I
You're right.
love that song, and I'm just like, why am I hearing this everywhere? And I had to ask somebody, and they told me.
It's especially good now, the new generation, the kids who are 13, 14 years old, are listening to this song, which is a beautiful, meaningful song.
Like
It
Metallica.
is.
They're listening to Metallica because of them, too.
According to my friend, who really like Metallica, is a huge fan of Metallica, that song was not that famous back in the time.
No, that was back when people were kind of passing around tapes.
Yeah.
Lightning.
And now it become a huge success, and it was a big scandal over internet because people who were listening Metallica were like, "That's not the best song. No. It's just trending because of Stranger Things." And I disagree.
Lars Ulrich, by the way.
So,
that's not even the best song, man. No, but that's the thing. It doesn't matter as long as the new generation is turned on to it. I love it. And this turns on a new generation to Sandman, which started out as the comics in the DC universe. and then it went to a bizarrely amazing audible version of it, and then Sandman. I will say, for Sandman, there are a couple things that didn't sit quite right with me
Oh
for
man,
Sandman. Damn it, Pain.
was it
Damn it, Pain.
were there French people in it?
Grandma's cookies.
Yes, I think they had some fucking French. I couldn't dig it. I saw 2 French people. They're in the background. I know they're in the background. But I know they're French because they're surrounding Nazis. So I was like, oh, these guys are French.
Where's my kazoo?
Oh,
Oh, lo.
Stop. All
there you
right.
go. No, but there's 2 things, and it's God. I don't mind it when it's done correctly, but I mind it when it's shoehorned. When I'm watching, and this happens in the first couple episodes, so it's not big spoilers. Sandman's been out forever. I'm still not going to spoil anything from the Netflix series, except for there's not John Constantine. He doesn't exist. It's Joanna Constantine. I'm
You
like,
don't like
oh,
it's a woman who play a man?
if it was just a woman playing the man, I wouldn't mind. And I don't mind that one. Like that one, like, okay. I'm like, is that going to be John's wife, the girlfriend, or whatnot? Like, oh, it's Clara from Doctor Who playing Joanna Constantine. Like, I can kind of see it. I can get with that. I can get with that. You
You just
know,
hate women. Got it.
I'm absolutely, yeah. That's why I'm having an anthology.
An anthology coming out.
The jokes on everyone
Women.
is actually
Let
against
him
women's
speak. Let
causes.
him explain himself because he's going to be attacked if he doesn't explain himself. Explain
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yourself.
no,
if
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
Tell
explain
me.
myself,
Give me your science without man explaining me, but giving your point of view. I, woman, accept your point of view. Speak, man. Speak and
oh,
don't be afraid.
I will not be afraid because all I know is she does an okay job. I mean, her run in Doctor Who was forever. She did something else after it, but by the end of her run in Doctor Who, people just didn't like her. It was just like,
Okay.
holy shit, this character just kept going and going and going. To see her in something new is kind of fresh.
Mm-hmm.
However, that's the first one. They have, and this is where the next one they do it to, they also flip Lucifer. Lucifer, yeah, I agree. Lucifer, who's already in the DC world as a very, very handsome man playing piano and singing like an angel, gets flipped into Gwendolyn Christie. I was like, yeah, she looks arguably more like the Lucifer in the comic book series, but for fuck's sakes, if you already have someone established in that world, use them. Like,
Were they
use that
available? Was there like a
for
scheduling
Netflix
problem?
money for what the BBC show he's doing right now. I'm pretty sure he'll be like, oh, Netflix is something like $1 million my way. Yeah, I could put this public broadcasting thing off a bit, maybe.
I have a question. Don't you
Yeah.
think by giving too much money to a production, they ruin the movie of the series? Because what I notice is when you've got a production with little money, they do an amazing job. They try their best to do good makeup and to go to shortcut. And sometimes they spend million and million on a series, and boom, it's really bad. Like for example, Stranger Thing. More and more it gets successful, more and more they get money, less and less the quality is good.
Yeah, I will say for Stranger Things, they just got lazy. Or maybe they knew this was where it was going, but I think they just got lazy, and that was that. For this one, most of the money goes to creating the world because World of Dream and they have hell in here. It's all fantastical, and that's why the CGI is just the. If you saw what was that really big bloody CGI movie, everyone would go, "Oh my god!" I can't remember because mine doesn't exist. But if you've seen CGI lately that's been done well, including Witcher, and you know that's Netflix as well, including some of the superhero movies, including the Batman's, but they mix it in with practical effects. This does it well. I just wish they would have spent it on getting the real Lucifer. If they didn't have it, I don't know why not. You know, I'm trying to look at the budget for Sandman. $15 million per episode. So they could have bought him.
It's a
They could have
lot.
got him. They
It's
could
a
have flown
lot.
over. Yeah, this entire show is 165 mil.
That's why I'm just wondering what the maybe the issue was. I don't know.
I just think they said like, oh, Glenn and Christy, we'll get another named person. We're going to gender, and that's why I think they're forcing the gender flips in. Like, oh, now it's just feels forced.
Yeah,
And
but for example, look at the fantastic series. I really like this series. If you never watch that series, give it a go because I really like it. Battlestar Galactica.
Mm.
oh
It
yeah, yeah,
used to be a 70s, 80s series, and Starbuck was a man, and they
from the 18.
rewrite Starbuck for a woman, for an actress, and she did it so well. She became one of the favorite actor
Katie
character.
Stackhoff. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and she's great, and she's great. But they rewritten everything, of course, and they changed
But
few information. But it goes very well. You've got the mayor with a woman.
yeah,
You've got more women playing along and being a soldier. So I think it's positive to have more and more character change and move around, etc. But I agree with you. For example,
for a
James
reason.
Bond, I don't want James Bond to be a woman. James Bond is a man. I would like to see a black actor playing James Bond, for example. But seeing James Bond played by a woman, no. James Bond should be a man, for instance.
Right. I wouldn't do it so they just change. Like Jenna Coleman does a pretty decent job at Joanna Constantine. Because I can kind of see like they left everything else the same. Like that's kind of cool. And I love Katie Stackhouse in Battlestar Galactica, even though when it first came out there was an issue with her being a woman, which is bizarre for me. I don't like if someone's already an established character, and I didn't like Ezra Aldra, whatever's not Ezra Aldra,
Andrew.
Ezra.
Oh,
Who's the Flash that like it's basically domestic violence and like kidnapping people right now?
I don't
Allegedly,
know.
Ezra Miller, whatever it is. I don't know. They already had a Flash on TV. Like, just use that one, or maybe that's something contractual. But if you already have someone established, use them. And this is a damn good reason not to. And bringing Gwendolyn Christie in and doing a little gender flip is not a damn good reason. I'm sorry, it's just not. She didn't work.
Is it because she's a famous actress and you would rather prefer somebody unknown, a new face, maybe?
If I knew the guy from Lucifer was asked and go like, yeah, there's no way in hell I'm touching this shit, and then like, okay, we'll cast someone else. If I knew that, and they got someone who was, yeah, maybe unknown, no problem. Flip it, whatever you want. Bring someone up. Just don't bring a named person in to do a name, a role just because they're a named person. It's gross. And it doesn't work. It forces the action. It is a cameo at this point. It does not work. And I'm sorry, I don't know her personally. Maybe this is what she always wanted to do. I don't know. It doesn't work. It does
That's
not
a
work.
thing who is typically American. In Europe, you can have an actor who play drama, comedy, theater, etc. We are pretty free. In America, if you do play a policeman, you're going to play a policeman all your career. There is just a few actors who change their character, how can I say it,
Oh,
sheet.
Mm-hmm.
right. We
Yeah.
we see Michael Keaton do that from comedy to Batman to Birdman. We see Eddie Murphy go from comedy to serious roles. We've seen Madonna go from sex books to winning awards, I guess. You
Yeah,
know,
but they have to be very rich. Like at the beginning, when they are simple actors, they've got contracts and they play always the same kind of character: policeman, gangster, murderer, etc., etc., because they've got the
maybe those.
face, because they are this kind of character. Plus, sometimes they've got contract. But people, I don't remember his name. He's well known to say, all right, all right, all right.
Oh,
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey.
Yeah, that dude during the 90s and early 2000. He was playing the beautiful bad boy,
Yeah.
who everybody was falling in love. And he told to a reporter he had to stop his career for a couple of years because he wanted to do more intellectual movie. So he was like refusing a lot of movies. And after a year, he was without a job. And one day he received a call and say, "Hey, are you interested to do that interview and try to do this play?" And he did it. And from one movie to another, he did amazing movies.
And
Like
he was a
even
great in True
True Detective.
Detective.
Yeah, I was like, True
Yeah.
Detective
True,
itself is,
it's
is
True
fantastic. Like it's
Detective
an amazing
was
yeah.
series.
I would love to do that for a horror show because I think True Detective does fit
Oh,
the
yeah.
definition of horror.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
Matthew McConaughey does a rather decent job. I'm actually a pretty good job because he's an actor like that at narrating his autobiography Greenlight, and he does bring it up what Amelie was talking about. And I hope I'm saying that Amelie. If I'm not, please always correct me.
You can call me
No,
any
no,
kind of name, it's fine.
baby huggy button kisses. Okay, baby huggy button kisses.
Mm,
No, you said it
mm.
was fine.
No,
You
that's
said his name
me.
was fine.
That's me.
Choose a name. Choose a name, like a name is a name
A name
given
is
by
a
your
name is a name.
parents, but the real name is important is the one given by the
All right.
public, by the people.
Jim Phoenix, thinks a name's not a name, and I think we should always stick with our God-given names. Yeah, no, but I tell my students this: if I ever say your name wrong, always correct me. It's not because I don't care. It's not because I'm not paying attention. It's sometimes I can't even speak English correctly. So it will be something that he absolutely said. I don't want to be a leading man. Not for romantic comedies or boring, the formulaic. I've done one, I've done two, I did them all. Like, once you do two, you basically just rotate leading women out, and it's the same thing. Rinse, lather, repeat. Or, hold on, lather, rinse, repeat, whatever. No wonder my hair looks like this today.
I was
So,
gonna say.
yeah, I agree. And if it was something like that, it'd be cool, but I think just doing it to get her name. And honest to God, I'm just like, That's what the Jenna Coleman thing kind of felt like too. Like, everyone else is kind of unnamed. There's a couple surprises. I won't say who they are. And they do fit. Even Jenna kind of fits for that one, but just Gwendolyn Christie just didn't. Not for me, at least. I'm just one person.
So, because it seems like, I don't know, it seems like you're kind of high, like in the high ground, and then like the low ground. Like, so
I'm just on ground.
you're on ground. So what did you enjoy it? I guess.
Did I enjoy the ground?
Did you enjoy the ground that you were on watching this?
Oh man, did I ever? And that's the thing. Even if the original Lucifer was in this, 5. It would have been 5.8, 10. I would make up New Cthulhu ratings to put it in. Because he's not, and I do care about, for whatever reason, I see him in Flashpoint. Lucifer
Honestly,
appears in Flashpoint.
I think you're just in love with him.
Shit, yeah,
Be
I'll admit that.
honest.
This guy is fucking hot. He's a hot dude.
I think
he's English. He's British.
this makes it much clearer
Plays
to
piano.
me.
Sings like a nightingale.
Yep, I get it now. Okay.
But I also wanted like the guy from Flash to be in the Flash movie. I'm like, it's not that hard of a fucking leap. TV actor versus movie actor ain't that far away. Harrison Ford does TV now.
Yeah, but sometimes it is different between the contracts of TV and acting, and I don't know, it.
But this is still TV though. Like, Netflix is still TV. It's a miniseries.
Yeah, I don't know. It's sticky. It's stickier than it used to be.
It is sticky wikis.
It's
But that's my thing. If he would have said it, it'll be a perfect thing. Without him, it makes me. I only got through I won't ruin it, but I only got through the first couple episodes. I'm still watching it.
Oh, okay.
I dread seeing death. I dread seeing death because death in the book was fucking perfect. I was like, I can't, and that's part of it too. You have an image in your mind. Okay, I know everyone who's reading Lucifer comic books just shitting on me right now. Like, you stupid son of a bitch. That TV show was nothing like the comic book, you bastard. That fucking guy was supposed to look like David Bowie. He didn't give a shit about looks or didn't do anything like that. Masochism, it's a fucking entertainment show. But once we get into that world, you still have to manipulate in that world. With the CGI, it's cool. The pacing is good. There are moments. I will tell you right now. There needs to be trigger warnings on this for some people.
Oh,
I'll tell
okay.
you that right now.
Oh,
For the very first episode out.
oof.
But damn, is it not well done? Dream, the guy who does Dream, does such a good job bringing some strangeness and something resembling something you could connect to. You has an emotional context to it where it couldn't have to be.
Mm-hmm.
It has emotional context to it. So you have this. The guy looks like a young Brad Pitt, by the way. It's like they could just got Brad and CGI the shit out of him, but they didn't. They went with someone else. They went with someone else, which was lovely job. So overall, I'm giving this, as this sits right now, 4.5.
Wow.
It's still well done. It's just like I'm not going to trash it because they made some questionable casting choice. I'm not going to
yeah.
4.5 is well worth it. If you have Netflix, check it out. If you don't have Netflix, buy it and binge it. Netflix is doing something weird. They're wondering why you're losing subscribers. Let me tell you why. You're releasing all of your episodes at once. People will binge that shit and leave you because you got trash else to watch.
It depends which series. It depends which series. For example, for Stranger Things, they did a series with 10 or 12 episodes, 1 hour long, which is too long.
Oh.
And they did a part 2. And what they try to do, it's to do one binging and then a second part,
Yeah.
So they try to do so.
Yeah, I think that was their casting line with that. And I remember how happy I was when I thought I was done with Stranger Things. And they did the fucking other one. That's not a baby crying. That's me crying. Remembering Stranger Things. Yeah, so I'm giving this a 4.5. It's worth a check out. And that brings us to Sharknado. Ooh, that was my pick for the combined movie.
It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, Sharknado.
Thank you. This is why I invite you.
It's a masterpiece. Because here's the thing. So you invite me and you said, if you have the time, could you please watch Sharknado?
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I will give it a go, So I asked my friend, have you ever heard about Sharknado? My friend is from Australia. And he's like, yeah, sure, I know it. It's this kind of movie, da-da-dee-da-da-da. And I don't know about that movie. In Europe, we don't know about that movie. But apparently in Australia, they know the movie. It's pretty famous. And a lot of people watch it. And I watched the trailer on YouTube and I immediately love it. When I saw the Storm of Shark, I was like, yeah, that's a good movie. Storm of Shark, please give it to me.
Yeah, and that's okay. Sharknado is cool. I got it as a joke for a birthday present because I actually told someone never get me this movie ever. I never want to see this, and so they I wanted something else. Like, here's Sharknado. I'm like, that's the thing you got from this conversation. Never get me this, so you got me this. And I watched it under protest. Fuck, it wasn't good. It was good, and the silent makes it, by the way, with sci-fi and software films. So there you go, Brian. That's how they're doing silent films. 2013. Oh. That's a weird year. With Ian Ziering, come on, or Ian, and Tara Reid, who we give so much shit that I probably will have to apologize her to. I do love Tara. I love Tara Reid,
and I'm looking forward to her new podcast.
Yes,
Tara Reid's, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, but absolutely, it's always good fun for. It is a great story. It's got great effects for that time, and when a freak hurricane swamps Los Angeles.
Excuse me, great effects for that time.
It got great effects.
Excuse me, they are garbage effects for that time.
They're bad, but they're so bad. They're good. That's the thing. That's the thing. There is movie you watch because you really want to think and understand between the line and stuff. And there is movies you just want to laugh.
Oh, I get
That's
that.
a movie I would watch that.
I get that. Trust me, that's like my vein. That's my vein.
This
And
is the only shark movie Braddock
yes.
hates.
Yeah,
This is
basically. Well, Shark Frankenstein or Sharkenstein, I didn't like that one either. Um, but no, like, okay, like, yes, but I feel like to be so bad it's good, say like The Room or the Bird movie, Birdemic, you have to have the director or the mind behind it to be completely 100% this is a good movie.
Anthony's great
They
at this.
have they
Anthony
have to
Ferrante?
have the ego. They have to have the ego that tells them, "No, my movie is actually a good movie," because then that makes it so bad it's good. When you go into it already making a movie so bad, like, they knew what they were doing. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna make a bad movie," which can work, like Velocipaster, that worked
Oh
because they knew
god.
exactly what they were
That
doing.
worked? If you
Yes, it
say
did.
Santa Sangria, I swear to God.
I said Velocipaster. Not
Uh
Santa Sangria.
oh god.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's a masterpiece.
Oh god, yeah, okay.
Um, you and I are not teaching the
Honestly,
same classes.
no. But you know what? Speaking as an award-winning movie maker, as I am,
Barf.
this one does win an award as well. The Young Hollywood Awards 2013 winner for Best Internet Sensation. Really? Yeah, there you go. Best Internet
Honestly,
Sensation.
Sky Sharks should be what Sharknado is.
No.
Sky Shark, yes, 100%.
Sharknado is what Season Dreams, or what's that thing called?
What?
Scary Things? Stranger
What
Danger?
are
Season
you
5 should be.
talking about?
Sky Shark, like
No,
Sharknado should be
s-
Stranger Things.
Sky
Or vice
Sharks
versa.
should be the revered movie, the revered shark movie that is the bad movie because there is an element where he really thought I mean, and I did have a conversation with the director. He's terrific. He gave this movie his all, Sky Sharks. To me, I look at Sharknado and I say, "Oh, yeah, you did that like in a couple months." Not like Sky Sharks, which was a
Months? You
passion
think it
project.
lasted months?
I think it
Really?
yeah,
uh,
the
but
the
okay.
writing, the
From
the
the writing to the end,
yeah,
yeah.
from the writing
Maybe.
to the editing, yes, whereas Sky Sharks was like a 14-year project that
But
finally made it into fruition.
but here we go. Its budget was an estimated $1 million. They spent more on an episode of Sandman. Billy
Yeah,
Bobby Brown Millie Vanilli has more for her makeup budget per episode of Stranger Things than this entire movie did for a budget.
you know
You're
what?
right. You're right.
Thank you.
That's the thing. When you watch Sharknado, it's, as we said in French, it's a big shit, c'est une grosse merde. You watch it for laughing, you
Great.
go
You
with
told me that
your
was your
your
special name
friend
for
and
me. You
huh?
told me that was your. I thought it was supposed to be like your best friend or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, no, no, no. The thing is, you've got movies you watch for fun and movies you watch because it's beautiful, it's romantic, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah,
Sharknado is the kind of movie I would watch with my brother. I would take popcorn, my favorite soda, and we would laugh about people who are eaten alive with a lot of blood. It's cool. You see, the CGI is not well done, but it's a part of it. It's a fun thing. It's a fun movie. It's not serious and you had a lot of fun. It's entertaining.
it
You
doesn't
are
have
not
heart.
bored.
It doesn't have
However,
heart.
correct, but the thing is, when you watch Stranger Things, there is sometimes I was bored. Like there is
Thank
some
you.
Yeah,
You
scene I
finally
was
admit it.
bored.
You finally admit
right,
it.
right.
Yes, they were bad. Yes, it's true. There
All
is
they do is
scene that was
talk.
like, yeah, it's too long. It's 1 hour long. Okay, 1 hour long per episode. What is it? 1 hour long per episode. There is scene you're like, yeah, I understand that. Okay, he's in Russia, blah blah blah. But Sharknado, it's so funny. The deaths are funny. The CGI are funny. The plot is funny. Like there is a scene. There were women who are screaming for 5 minutes non-stop and you're like okay woman start to run like it's so
Uh,
dumb it's good you're not bored.
I remember that woman screaming for 5 minutes like that. But I agree. I
Was she?
agree.
What is she still alive, or did you bury her?
I buried some of the things on the shoot. I agree. I agree. That's the whole. It remind me of the one movie whose name I can never get right, so I'm not going to say it out loud. My
Roller
first thought,
gator?
like, no,
Oh.
that thing can burn in hell. Roller
But you
gator.
watched, like, what, 6
I'm
times?
never. Yeah, well, I went through a lot of women in the pandemic. Thank you very much, and
Yep,
I
you're
blame
welcome.
Roller Gator for each one of them.
Yeah, which I told you,
Without a
don't
fail.
show roller gator to strange women.
Because very strange. But one day, a woman's going to watch Roller Gator with me and go, "I'm still here," and that's going to be the
That's
amazing
the
day.
dream. That's the dream.
Because if you can survive Roller Gator,
Same.
there's nothing I can do to you.
Same.
There's nothing we can do. Right. Okay. So I know what I come down to this, and not for nothing, I've been supportive of Sharknado. They've been supportive of us back. I'll tell the truth, but I was supportive first. You know, I think it's a fun franchise. It's self-aware. They weren't trying to make Eyes Without a Face. They weren't even trying to make what was her movie Sharkside and Moon. They weren't even trying to make that.
Yes, they
Yeah,
were. They were
I think
trying to be
it's
cute
Starship
and
Troopers.
clever.
It's Starship Troopers, and it works.
It doesn't.
It does too.
It does.
Oh, pain. Where'd that come from? So okay,
Sky Shark.
I want to know. We'll go with because you're a special guest, Amelie. What do you give us out of 5 Cthulhu's, 1 to 5? What do you give Sharknado?
That's a good question. I would give a 3 because it's entertaining. It knows it's dumb. You have a huge success with the teenagers who all over YouTube like to do a list of
Yeah,
death in Sharknado, crazy story of Sharknado,
right.
quotes for Sharknado. Hey, let's kill some sharks and stuff like that. It's a fun movie. It's a movie who entertain people, who is straight to the point, and you spend money, but you got for your money. It's a cool one. Unfortunately, it's not a top quality one, so I'm not going to give a 4, but it deserves a good 3, in my honest French opinion.
I'll give you a good 3.
Your honest French opinion.
Yes,
Yes, madame.
I was gonna say, Madame. Damn it, you know me too well. Okay, I appreciate that. A 3 is pretty good. Brannick, what do you give it?
2.5.
That's not bad. You gave your own movie a 2
Yeah,
that
I
you
know.
picked.
I mean,
That you
because,
picked.
well, here's the thing: is I understand that it has cultural significance,
Yeah.
especially in the United States. You say Sharknado, people will say, "Yeah, I've watched that movie." So even though I personally don't, it doesn't resonate with me as much as Cruel Jaws does or Sky Sharks does. I love Sky Sharks. Um, but it does resonate with a lot of people. And to me, I love shark movies. I love sharks. So if that gets people excited about that, then I'm grateful for that. I probably would pass it up, but Tara Reid is very entertaining to watch in it.
And we saw Mummy Dearest with Tara Reid on the
Uh,
screen or on the
like
poster, but not
like
actually on the
a
movie.
line from Tara Reid,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But in the
One line, right?
Sharknado, she's here and she even gets stronger throughout. So
Yeah, she's here from top to bottom. She's in Sharknado.
yeah, top and bottom it is. I give this movie a gosh. I'm gonna give it 3.5. I'm gonna give it 3.5, and not just because I'm trying to lease the IP for a role playing game.
Oh my gosh.
But I am.
But you
I'll
are.
admit it.
But
I
you
am.
are. Well, you're
But
wearing your
it's not.
zero shoes.
You know what? If they had zero shoes, XERSHOES.com, if they had zero shoes, and I've been wearing mine all week, and it's been perfect, they could outrun those sharks. Matter of fact, if you give the sharks the zero shoes, they would have killed everyone. Mind blowing. Thank you very much for the plug. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it. It's a really awkwardly fun memory for me, even though probably shouldn't have been. You know, there's nothing that says like this should be a great movie, but it was. For me, it was the perfect movie at the time that I needed.
And
And
that's really
so,
what we need.
yeah,
That's what we need.
I'm giving it 3.5. And now, with that said, we're on to the plugs. We're on to the plugs. Amelie, since you are our guest, please go first, mon ami.
So, if you come to Prague every
Ooh.
Thursday evening in Bruise and Board Boarding Cafe in Krimska Street, you've got the amazing Stefan who's got a pop quiz. So, if you are interested to enter this amazing board game cafe full of Czech, Americans, Europeans, you're welcome. It's every Thursday from 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. You've got drinks, food, and you can reserve on Facebook. So to find the page is very simple. Bruise and Board and Cafe. Sorry, Board Game Cafe.
Bald Man Cafe? Hey, I'm
I
just going
said
to go.
bordel. You know what's a bordel?
Oh, I think I was born in one, but yeah, I'm pretty
Now
sure.
we know. We learn a lot today
Yeah,
about you,
I
Jim.
grew up. Richard Pryor and myself, we were roommates for a while. That's very
Full of
cool.
midget, of course. Full of midget, I guess.
Of course. Now, I will say, without any surprise, I will be in Prague in 2000. What year is this? 2023. And I will
Nice.
definitely check that out. Thursdays, right? Every Thursday?
Correct, sir.
Every Thursday, I will be. Well, I'll be there for one Thursday, not everyone. And I can only do so much. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Brannick, what do you got?
I am going to plug this week sharkstewards.org.
Oh God. Oh, wait. This is pretty good. Never mind. I thought
Yeah.
you were just like plug a shark side of the moon thing. Okay,
No. I mean, if I was going to plug anything, it'd be Sky Sharks.
My
but
pie hole. Probably.
Or Grandma's Cookies.
Grandma's cookie. I didn't press the button for that.
I know you didn't even press the button. So Shark Stewards, stewards with an S at the end, .org.
Well, of course, it's got like an S in the beginning too. Shark, right? Stewards.
Yeah,
It's got
shark.
2 S's. 3
So
S's.
there's actually 3 S's.
3 S's.
If we're playing, what is it, Jeopardy?
Yes.
No, not
or
Jeopardy.
Yahtzee.
The other one. Anyway,
Scrabble.
so they
Words
are
about friends.
they're committed to saving sharks, to shark research, and are, that's we were talking so much about sharks today. Anything you donate gets converted directly into their action and
Into
to
sharks.
supporting into sharks. We give I think what they do is they give the money to the sharks, and the sharks can go do whatever they want with it.
Go to the moon. Go to the
Strip
moon,
club.
guys.
Maybe they can buy bikinis.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Voila.
They need to cover up.
Exactly. They
Oh,
got
man,
to
they got
cover up
King
those shark
Shark wearing a
titties.
bikini now.
So go to sharkstewards.org. You can adopt a shark. You can learn more about sharks, and it just looks like a fun place and a great place to look for kids. They got shark stuff for kids too.
Oh,
So
okay. I was like, I'm glad you followed that sentence. I'm like, great place to look for kids. And you took a big pause. I'm like, kids is what now?
I was reading because it has a shark and it says sharks for kids.
Oh, okay, there you go. Okay. I get it. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So
I think kids should, yeah.
It's a fun little place. Go check it out. If you love shark movies as much as we do, obviously, go give them your hard-earned cash so they can get those bikini tops.
Absolutely, they need it. And then I'm gonna plug something I hate because I hate France. I'm gonna plug as an American. I'm saying this as an American. Ready? Les Restos de Coeur. I think it means the restaurants of Coors Brewery.
Oh
no, it's actually the restaurants de Coeur or Resto de Coeur. It is a French charity in France where they give hot meals and they give other meals to people who need them. They kind of distribute it throughout the homeless communities and people who just don't have food.
Les restos du cœur.
Yeah.
Les restos du cœur, yes.
It's not just homeless people, but it's people with low income. Think Meals on Wheels, but put a French cheese in it. I don't know. So it's R-E-S baguette.
It's a stand-up comedian who created it, Coluche.
Really?
He was very poor, from a poor family, And
Holy shit.
he realized the supermarket had to throw away all the food, and he was like, there's so many families and people on the street, or poor family who can't feed their kids at the end of the month. So he created the restaurant du cœur, les restos du cœur. So he would go to companies, factory, and supermarkets to pick up the food was unused. He would ask people to donate, and they would donate, for example, flour, sugar, pasta, etc. And once a month, they would organize a distribution. So you need to show some document proving you don't earn enough money,
Right.
and they would give you a lot. So, for example, if you've got a family of 3 kids, they would give you baby
Grandma's
food,
cookies.
They're giving
grandma's
grandma's
cookies,
cookies.
also, yeah, also toilet paper, etc. It's like a big supermarket, but for free. And
Oh, that's funny.
unfortunately, more and more people need this restaurant because the cost of living in France skyrockets.
Yeah.
The gas is very expensive, the butter is very expensive. Um, we have less and less job, less and less money. Like, it's unfortunately sad to say, but we still need le Restaurant du Cœur, and we shouldn't. But it's an amazing organization who's been creating in the 80s and is all over France.
And the funny thing is, I didn't know that you knew about this organization. And so, yeah, that's lovely. And this is why we're great. Absolutely. Everything you said it much better than I could because you can actually say it correctly in French.
And much more
It's like,
passionately.
and much more passionately. And I was just plugging it because I knew this would be something that would need money, especially now with inflation and just
Mm-hmm.
homeless and the war and everything else in the world and like fires in France and all sorts of madness, bro, as Larry Strongbow would say. So it's restosduceur.org. Check them out. Donate, donate, donate. And it don't matter. Hunger don't have a nationality, man. It's just
Nope.
give to people and help them all out. So we did some nice tag teaming. All right. That means on behalf of myself. Oh, wait, I forgot.
Wait, I was gonna say the anthology. Yo.
Oh, the anthology. We also have an anthology coming out, Bodies, and if you like women's rights or whatnots or whoever's rights, you better start submitting to an anthology called Bodies. We have that one that goes to like 4 or 5 different charities. If you hate women, submit to it anyways, because what better way to show up a woman than make her money? On behalf of myself, Jim Phoenix, our special guest, Amelie, and J.M. Brannick, I bid you good day.
I hear a cat.